Hello everyone, this is the program Moscow Mosaic and I'm the host, Mike Gibson. At the end of August, the 6th International Municipal Forum of the BRICS countries was held here in Moscow. Of course, we couldn't miss this important and interesting occasion. Therefore, today on our program, we'll bring you all the main events of this forum. On today's program, over 1,000 foreign representatives at the 6th BRICS International Municipal Forum.
There is a serious tendency to unite countries that want to preserve their economic sovereignty, to develop their economies, and not succumb to the pressure of sanctions.
The Moscow exposition shows the achievements of the capital's medical system.
Today, more than 50 artificial intelligence services have been implemented in Moscow.
Representatives of the federal and Moscow legislative and executive authorities at plenary sessions and forum meetings.
Yes, Moscow is the best city in the world.
On the 1st of January 2024, the Russian Federation took over from the Republic of South Africa as the chair of the BRICS Intergovernmental Organization. One of the biggest events within the Russian chairmanship program was the 6th BRICS International Municipal Forum. For 2 days, 1,133 official representatives from various countries discussed issues of municipal cooperation, digitalization, sustainable development, and the introduction of innovations in city management. The forum was organized with the support of the administration of the President of the Russian Federation, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Roscongress Foundation, the Federation Council, and the State Duma and other agencies. The Moscow city government was the general partner of the event.
For us, this is one of the most important moments in the series of events approved by the presidential administration. In total, there are more than 250 of them. And I believe that this forum will allow us to strengthen relations not only between the BRICS capitals and Moscow, but of course also between Moscow's partners across all continents. This year, Russia is chairing BRICS, and Moscow is indeed the symbolic capital of the BRICS countries. When we talk about our Moscow International Municipal Forum, it's astonishing, of course, in terms of its size, the number of business sections, the number of sections devoted to the discussion of various issues, both municipal and federal, a large business program for entrepreneurs, and thus we can safely say that the whole world has gathered in Moscow today.
The forum was attended by 163 official delegates from various countries and 88 representatives of international non-profit organizations. From Russia, 18 representatives of federal agencies, 716 representatives of various regions, and 229 mayors of Russian cities and heads of municipalities took part in the forum events. The total number of business participants exceeded 2,300 people. In total, more than 6,000 people visited the forum. Such a number of foreign guests hadn't been present at any event in Moscow in 2024. The work of the BRICS International Municipal Forum was covered by more than 500 press representatives and more than 300 publications. In just a moment, in the main hall, we'll start the official opening ceremony. At the beginning of the opening ceremony, Sergei Lavrov, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation, gave a welcome address to the participants of the forum.
Dear organizers and participants of the 6th BRICS International Municipal Forum hosted by Moscow, I am confident that our capital and Russian cities in general have a lot to share with their counterparts from other BRICS countries. Now, in turn, we, of course, are interested in using the experience of our friends everywhere. I am convinced that the 6th BRICS International Municipal Forum will make a unique contribution to strengthening ties between our countries and peoples.
The opening ceremony was attended by representatives of the Federal Council of the Federal Assembly of Russia, the Moscow City Duma, and honored foreign guests. Among them were Mu Peng, Deputy Mayor of Beijing, Dawood Al-Shazawi, President of the AIM Congress, Mehdi Chamran, chairman of the Tehran City Council.
Without a doubt, the BRICS alliance is now one of the most important, if not the most important factor in international politics. The majority of the world, through its participation in the activities of the BRICS Association and its interest in the BRICS Association, confirms in an exhaustive manner that a unipolar world is no longer of interest to humanity, and that the future of the world is, of course, based on the principles of multipolarity. The number of participants in the sections, the business program, and the cultural program is simply off the scale. I am sure that everyone will find an interesting block of our program to participate in. Moscow has kindly opened its doors as it always does. And yes, Moscow is the best city in the world.
Russian cosmonauts Oleg Kononenko, Nikolai Chub, and Alexander Gribionkin also addressed the forum participants and guests right from the International Space Station.
We are pleased to welcome you to the opening of the forum, an important event contributing to the development of international cooperation amongst the BRICS countries.
Following the opening ceremony on the main stage of the forum, a plenary session began entitled Key Challenges and Trends in the Development of Megacities and Their Growing Role. The session was moderated by Andrei Kondrashov, Director General of the TASS news agency. Speakers discussed the role of large cities in the development of modern states, the importance of creating a comfortable urban environment and smart cities, as well as sharing their experiences in overcoming the challenges typically associated with megacities.
One of the foremost tasks of developing megacities is to implement sustainable urban planning practices. This involves creating integrated land use plans that prioritize green spaces, efficient public transport systems, and affording housing. Robust infrastructure is essential for the functioning of megacities. Investments in transportation, networks, energy supply, waste management systems are critical to accommodate new population.
The forum's program consisted of more than 70 events, panel discussions, roundtables, and special sessions. The sessions discussed issues of inter-regional and international cooperation, along with the establishment of economic ties and diplomatic relations. The forum events were divided into special thematic blocks, including education and science, culture, sports and tourism, IT technologies, energy of the future, and many others.
As a media manager, I have to say that it is very important to me that the issues raised here are not only political, not only economic, but above all cultural. And of course, the role of the media in this cultural exchange, in the creation of a single information space, this is probably a very important inter-municipal area today. As far as the urban environment is concerned, well, look, Moscow reigns supreme here, in the good sense of the word. For who else has such technologies? Who else has such cutting-edge logistical solutions in the field of public transport and digitalization, and above all, safety in the city?
The session, The Role of Chambers of Commerce and Industry of BRICS Megacities in Promoting Economic and Entrepreneurial Development, was one of the central sessions of the Economic Development of BRICS Territories bloc. The discussion was attended by representatives of the Russian and Moscow Chambers of Commerce and Industry, delegates from the United Arab Emirates and the Republic of South Africa, and representatives of the capital's IT industry. The session's participants discussed how to improve cooperation between business and government institutions and what steps should be taken to support international innovation and entrepreneurship. One of the keynote speeches at the session was delivered by Sergei Chiroman, Minister of the Moscow City Government and Head of the City Department for External Economic and International Relations.
According to customs statistics, our foreign trade with China alone was around $100 billion last year. We see the same trends in the growth of foreign trade turnover with India and other key BRICS countries. I must say, we are now trying to interact not only within the framework of our cooperation with the business community of the BRICS countries, but ultimately, we are also trying to maintain relations with our traditional partners. As a result, today the capital has relations with more than 150 countries situated all around the world. This year, of course, it's impossible not to talk about the role of the Moscow government, of Mr. Cheryomin personally, because it was he who gave the impetus, who seized the initiative, who supported it and brought it to a capital level of significance. Moscow occupies a very important place in the world system and in various fields of activity, such as science, education, business. On this platform, we have brought together the chambers of commerce and industry from capitals and large megacities. Chambers of commerce and industry from capital cities and large megacities, because Moscow has a wonderful experience in organizing a safe and comfortable city for both Muscovites and visitors. We would like to share this experience.
One of the main outcomes of the forum was the conclusion of over 300 agreements aimed at strengthening municipal cooperation and expanding economic ties with various regions of the world. For example, after the plenary session, a delegation for the Moscow city government, led by Sergei Cheryomin, minister and head of Moscow's Department for External Economic and International Relations, signed a cooperation program with Tehran, the capital of the Islamic Republic of Iran. A memorandum of understanding was also signed with the City Hall of São Paulo, the largest city in South America.
Today, we signed an agreement with the Arab Emirates Global Investment Forum for a strategic partnership in the organization of various international events. We continue to work with our key cities and macro regions in China and India. We are very pleased that for the first time, new BRICS countries, such as Ethiopia, are participating in the forum. And of course, we also have representatives from Egypt with us here today. And just recently, a new country, Azerbaijan, applied to join the association.
At the BRICS International Municipal Forum, a cooperation agreement was signed between the Moscow city government and the city of Cebu for 2024 to 2027. With a population of over 1 million, Cebu is the oldest city in the Republic of the Philippines and the largest in its district. The online signing ceremony was attended by a Moscow delegation led by Sergei Cheryomin, Minister of the Moscow City Government, head of the city's Department for External Economic and International Relations. On the Philippine side, the document was signed by the Mayor of Cebu, Mr. Raymond Garcia.
Our cooperation program provides for interaction in virtually all areas. First of all, of course, the economy, the social sphere, health and education. We ultimately plan to cooperate in implementing programs such as Smart and Safe City, along with digitalization.
The forum has a special exhibition area where you can find out all about the achievements of the different regions of Russia. Moscow, represented by the city's Department for External Economic and International Relations, presented a huge exposition at the event, covering various topics from medicine to the latest inventions. Moscow's infrastructure, transport, and construction complex are shown at one of the most striking stands of the forum. At the exhibition dedicated to the construction of the Russian capital, representatives of the joint stock company Mosaic demonstrated their achievements. Using a special interactive map, visitors were able to learn about the development of the Moscow Metro over the past 12 years. Everyone also had the opportunity to participate in a unique quiz to test their knowledge of the metro history in the capital. And the interactive game, where anyone can lay an underground tunnel by themselves, appealed to everyone.
I like this. It's great fun. And here, everyone can sit at the wheel of a genuine Russian luxury car.
Aurus is a Russian brand of executive and luxury cars. The Commandant model was installed in the center of the Moscow stand and attracted the attention of participants and guests to the forum. At the stand dedicated to Moscow's achievements in the social sector, visitors could learn everything about the capital's healthcare system. Yuri Vasilyev, the director of the Diagnostic and Telemedicine Center, told our crew how advanced technologies enable any city resident to receive consultations from top specialists in disease diagnostics.
Today, Moscow polyclinics don't even employ a radiologist. They just sit here, determine more than 100,000 examinations a week. So today, we're presenting somewhat of a digital space for the work of a radiologist. And that means a unified radiological information service where a radiologist describes individual studies using artificial intelligence services. Now today, more than 50 artificial intelligence services have been implemented in Moscow thanks to this synergy, a synergy of scientists, doctors, and the main office of the project, where on one level we develop the use of artificial intelligence services, and on the other, we apply them with the help of radiologists. All outpatient medical centers in Moscow perform radiological examinations, and we determine all these examinations remotely. We are in one big center, and we handle them all here at an expert level.
What are we looking at here? It's very interesting.
Here we're looking at a CT scan of the chest organs, and we're looking at an image that has been processed by AI.
How does artificial intelligence work? How does it help?
It helps us to determine which examinations should be done first. So let's say we take all the ones that it has colored yellow, we open them up, we look at them, and now basically this helps us to complete some routine questions right away.
Another colourful venue at the forum was the Spare City stand. Here, you can feel like a real resident of this smart city.
Spare City in Rublovo-Arkhangelska is a new district in the west of Moscow. It is a project by Spare to create an innovative urban environment, a smart mini-city designed according to green building standards. On an area of over 460 hectares, there will be residential complexes, a new business centre, recreational and entertainment spaces, 8 schools, 16 kindergartens, 2 polyclinics, and a geriatric residence. All facilities will be within walking distance. The construction is expected to be completed by 2032. It is planned that over 65,000 people will live in Spare City and 70,000 will work there. The first residents have already started receiving their apartment keys. In the coming years, the Rublovo-Arkhangelska metro station will open on the territory of Spare City. There will also be new city routes for ground transport. The new district has been included in Moscow's water transport system. The future network of river electric trams will have a stop named Spare City. Naturally, the implementation of such a large-scale project would not have been possible without the help and support of the Moscow government.
We have a very interesting system of relationships. Moscow has undertaken something that only the city government, only the state can really do. There are 2 basic but very important elements here for us. This is the construction of a metro branch called Rublovo-Arkhangelskaya, which will connect the Moscow city and Spare City. This branch will provide quick access to the center of Moscow. Otherwise, of course, it would be a big transport problem to leave or to come to this area. And the second one is exactly the same. In addition to the metro, Moscow is building a bridge that will allow you to take a different route to the center of Moscow instead of the Novorizhskaya highway.
At the Spare the City exhibition, visitors were treated not only to a story about the city of the future, but also to unusual treats, such as being able to try a cup of coffee with your own picture on the froth. All you had to do was take a picture. After waiting a few minutes, everyone was provided with a unique drink.
And here you can also try free ice cream.
Hello.
Hello.
What do you have here?
Try our ice cream. Even the president of the Russian Federation appreciated the quality of our ice cream.
Super. Thank you. What a delight.
Great.
Very tasty. Russian and foreign participants, as well as guests, highly appreciated the level of organization of the Moscow Forum and noted the importance of such events in building relations between cities and countries.
It's very important for us to build relationships of trust and mutual understanding. And for that, people-to-people diplomacy, direct links between cities, between organizations, between citizens, that is a very serious basis.
This is my first time to be in the forum, to be honest, and it's a great forum in terms of promoting the municipal activities of the BRICS countries. So it's very important to highlight the topics of the cities and how to develop the cities as smart and to be livable, to be more transformative, more easy to live in. And the forum contributes heavily to fill in the gaps within the BRICS countries and other countries also, not only BRICS countries here.
Moscow is first give me the impression it's very clean. It's also very safe. The people here is very friendly, and it's also a lot of people want to making this innovation. We are also talking with a lot of business people.
One of the main sections of this forum is currently being held in this hall.
The section, Creation of Innovative Platforms for Continuous Dialogue between BRICS, Partner Cities and Regions, was organized with the support of the Department for External Economic and International Relations of Moscow. One of the main issues discussed was the search for new ways to increase the level of interaction and economic developments in the regions.
We have now signed a 3-year cooperation program that addresses the most pressing issues facing megacities. These, of course, include urban planning, infrastructure development, digitalization, healthcare, education, and, naturally, tourism development. The transition to new forms of cooperation has allowed us to make significant progress in studying the best practices of our partners on an international basis.
At the end of the second day of the forum, a round table was held on the development of dialogue in the field of sport, culture and tourism. One of the main speakers was Alexander Lebedev, CEO of the Big Asia TV channel, the main broadcasting platform for our program. In his speech, he stressed the importance of building a positive information agenda in the media.
We see that not just 10, but over 100 states have sent their representatives here because it's an interesting event. And they're not only talking about cooperation here, but also about creating a common platform for action. The common thread in the new global processes, including the humanitarian sphere that we are discussing today, is values, value systems and orientations.
The 6th BRICS International Municipal Forum became an important platform in developing new strategies for urban development and strengthening international cooperation. The exchange of experience and ideas on improving urban life, building foreign economic relations between the BRICS countries, implementing signed agreements and projects, one could go on and on about the achievements of this event. However, the main achievement of the event is the large and representative composition of the forum participants. This shows that the BRICS International Association is an important and significant component in the process of building a just, multipolar world. The 6th International Municipal Forum of the BRICS countries has come to an end. It was an interesting and eventful 2 days at the Expo Centre. We will definitely continue our stories about such events in our future programs. Thank you for being with us. See you. Bye.